A lot of people have been asking online about, I'm wanting to go to Turkey. Turkey are saying this price, and I've seen online Truly Dental match Turkey prices. And people are saying, well, I wouldn't go there, they're actually more expensive. And I have said, yes, you pay for what you get. If you're going to Turkey and you're going to pay 9,000 for your teeth, you have to factor into the fact that if you have complications, you have flights back out. Although they cover your dental work, you still have to pay for your hotel, you still have to go back out, you still have to take a week off to get it fixed. Whereas here, especially with Truly Dental, my experience from it was my temp broke, I rang up, they got me in that evening, I had a new temp put in, a lot easier than going back to Turkey. I think the fact that people are going to Turkey is the price, but if they actually looked into it, there is options available that you don't have to pay in full up front. You can get a discount if you do pay up front, or you can pay installments. My brother was different. He was adamant he was going to Turkey. He had had his x-rays done here, he'd paid for the x-rays, sent them over. A lot of dentists have said here in Ireland that they won't touch people that have their teeth done in Turkey. Yvonne was telling me about one patient that she had that had her teeth done in Turkey. They now have to take out all the implants, drill them all out, put in bone grafts and start the procedure again. That's a lot for anyone to go through. You're paying maybe 3 times to go to Turkey when you can stay here, you have your yearly checkup. In my opinion, it's worth staying at home. My brother-in-law went to Turkey and had his teeth done, and he'd awful trouble. He had to go back, and now one of them is chipped again. But what he went through was what turned me off going to Turkey. It was actually a best friend of mine that found Truly Dental. She was like, I booked you an appointment, we're going up to see it. It was the best thing she ever did. She pushed me into it.
Oh, that's such a good friend.
I couldn't handle it anymore. I couldn't deal with not being able to drink, having loose teeth at the front. It just wasn't nice, it wasn't feasible. But when he went to Turkey, he said he was holding onto the chair. He was in so much pain. He had to have bone grafts and everything like that. He said, but the second time he went back to have teeth fixed, it was a different experience. After his first set of his real teeth, you could see the implants in his mouth. You could see the screws in his mouth. And then when he went back the second time, you can't see anything. They're like mine, but his is chipped on one side now. So he has to go back again now to get it fixed. I suppose people look at the price and then they look at Turkey. And I was like, no, even though the price is cheaper, I would 100% advocate for staying at home to get it done.
Is there anything you'd like to say to someone who's hesitant about getting full mouth implants?
Don't be hesitant. The hardest step is making the appointment. They will work with you to help you. I had 20-something teeth taken out. I was kind of going, oh God. And then I was in fear that she would leave me with nothing and I'd be going home. She was like, no, 24 hours, you were straight back up, the temps were put in and you were fine. They're very communicative. Yvonne is a perfectionist. If it's not right to her, she won't let you out the door.